go.
Nate, you might want to scoot in a hair.
Where?
Well, wait, is there room or not? I might be in your way.
Hey guys.
Oh, there you go. All right, we're good.
To say, Nate?
After we're done with the intros, I'll talk about the donation stuff.
Okay, cool. Well, okay, welcome to the inaugural, I guess, live from Humming Sound Studios or something. We haven't come up with the name. Also, I just realized something's wrong. No! Hey, even
nice.
brighter. Okay. But, I don't know. This might be something we do again in the future. I'm not sure. Really, Nate's the one who started all this. He came up with the idea. He asked Dalton and I to get it together. I'm just a vehicle, I guess.
Really, you started the idea because last time I did a live stream, my setup was terrible, and you said, hey, if you ever want to do a live stream, we'll do it here.
Nice.
And you're right. I just realized something. Okay, I just realized that microphone's off. Okay, yes. Yeah, I mean, granted, Nascar Noir live streams are classic.
I like the Instagram when you're in like the barn.
The shed?
The shed.
Yeah, the shed of anxiety.
It's very emotional.
It's very, very classy.
I just moved. I don't have a shed anymore, unfortunately.
I like that shed. It was very sketch. I liked it. Well, we have 3 wonderful artists here, which is ourselves. We're going to start it off with Dalton, and then... Am I going next? And then I'm... Crystal Coast, I'm going next, and we got Nascar Noir to finish us off late into the night. I want to thank all of you viewers, however many there might be, two viewers for being here and watching our attempt at being professional and giving
Can't say we didn't try.
Yeah, we tried,
really
and Pensacola, because of coronavirus and everything, which, by the way, stay safe. I mean, that's why we're doing this stuff. We're buds, so we're gonna... but stay safe out there and always wear a mask whenever you can. But hopefully we can give you a little bit of that live show feeling with this.
I have the genuine live show anxiety. That's like... That's something that's tough to recreate. I'm like,
man, you actually care.
I'm kind of anxious.
Gosh.
Yeah,
we did it. Do you want to say anything about our donations?
I'll talk about that, I guess, after Dalton's set.
Okay.
Little break. So after
So after I'm done,
I probably need to set up. Okay. Well, I will say we will talk more about donations, but if you want to go ahead, if your wallet's burning a hole in your pocket, you can go to hummingsound.com/live-donate. And that'll take you straight to Nate's PayPal, where he'll be handling all that stuff. Anyway,
Nate says, "Do Nate."
Do Nate. So right. Well, let's go ahead and start things off. We got Dalton here to begin things.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The only one using my real name. I'm not a real.
I'm gonna step out.
No, do your thing.
Set and eat a salad.
Do that. I'm gonna eat when I'm done. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm the only one using my real name because I'm not a real band. Just. One dude. Okay. I guess we'll get started here with some songs. So, yeah, if you're tuning in, thanks for hanging out. I've got some tea. I'm feeling a little scratchy, allergies and whatnot, but we'll see what happens. So, all right, we'll get started here. Car. The headlights look like meteors through a galaxy of yellow lines. I wonder where we are. Vacant, sinking nowhere. Entwined. Eyes that look like precious stones enchanted in some foreign land. My chromosomes are not alive. Perhaps they never will be. And I wish I could have told you there was no time. Seen it, but what's in me. Isolated ignorance, like a wig that just won't hold its heat. You never say just what you mean. There's a country road that's filled up with car parts like a treasure chest. I wonder what the spoils will be. I just ache all over, and I wish I could have told you there was no time. And I wish you could have seen it, but you've gone blind. Just like shadows in the darkness can't be found except by you, except by you. Yeah, I gotta retune real quick. It's okay. Thanks for getting through that one. Jeez, it has been a second since I have done this. Let me see here. That thing actually, for some reason, their tuner's kind of finicky. So I'm gonna use my trusty phone tuner thing, and we'll be right back to your scheduled programming. Yeah, if you're just hopping in. Thanks for hanging out with us this evening, and we're going to continue the show, and we have some very what's the term? Not lucrative, I don't know. Very inside baseball type interviews with the people you've seen so far. So that'll be fun as well. Okay, back to standard tuning. Alright, I'm going to play a song that I wrote a while back. It's off my first album thing I did. Yeah, so we'll give it a shot here. Let's see. It's been a while since we last spoke. I hope our words will be kinder than the last time that we met. There's many questions I still have. I'm sure you have yours as well. So go ahead and fire away. Have you quit your drinking yet? I used to swim a sea of bottles just to make it to your bed. Have I kicked my addiction yet? Does this needle answer your question? As I light up another cigarette. I'm doing just fine. Sometimes I wish I could travel back in time. There's no reason to pretend. I know worse would come to worst if we ever did that again. And just before you go, I need you to know that I'm still here. kept your promise yet. Saw you standing with some other guy on the corner where we met. Have I broke my promise yet? I'll admit that I'm not perfect, but I promise that I try my best. I'm doing just fine. Sometimes I wish I could travel back in time. There's no reason to pretend, 'cause I know worst would come to worst if we ever did that again. And just before you go, need you to know that I'm still here, that I'm still here. Snapping, yeah, whatever. Country-esque song, I guess. Oh, goodness. Yeah, most of these songs are like, I won't say they're downers, but they're very, very melancholy. You know, it kind of sums up, especially now, you know, what's going on. Excuse me. Here's another one I wrote. Well, most of these I wrote. Off the first album I did, the only album. And I'm working on something else. Stay tuned. There'll be more to follow on that. Oh, okay. It's all right. Let's see here. So this wind has come and gone, and we fell like leaves in fall, and I catch them all for you if I could. This time is going out. I can't do without. I feel I might drown. I have been waiting for long enough. I think it's time that I called your bluff. 'Cause running in circles is all that we do. Maybe next time it'll bring me closer to you. Just finding the right words to use is hard. I hope that you hold mine in high regard. Maybe this is how things should be. So this spell will fade in time, and I fell for think it's time that I called your bluff. Running in circles is all that we do. Maybe next time it'll bring me closer to you. 'Cause finding the right words to use is hard. I hope that you hold mine in high regard. Maybe this is how things should be. Yeah, snap it, yeah.
Woo!
I wrote that about, well, she's my wife now, but the woman who became my wife, I didn't know how to talk to her very well, so I wrote that. Was like, maybe one day I'll be able to actually talk with you, and lo and behold, you know. I hope you're having a good evening, you know, wherever you're at, and you know, it's Friday, so always a you know, a good time usually. All right, we're gonna do a softer, more mellow song. Let's see if I remember the lyrics. That helps a lot. Let's see. This was the one I was waiting for so long it seems. This was the end you were hoping for. Guess we'll go our separate ways. This was the one I was changing for. Changing back is hard for me. This was the one you can't blame me for. Can't you tell it's plain to see? Kind of hard to forget the lyrics for that because it's all the same, pretty much. And no chorus, the best part. Don't write a chorus, just write some chord changes and then get back into it.
Sounds good though, man.
Thanks. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I got like 4-ish more songs and go from there. So I'm gonna do a cover song. I'm gonna do a Radiohead song, but not Creep because that is just overdone. Let's see if I remember how to play this one. 1 second here. Okay. deepest ocean, bottom of the sea. In your eyes, they turn me. Why should I stay here? Why should I stay? I'd be crazy not to follow where you lead. In your eyes, they turn me. Turn me onto phantoms. Follow to the edge of love and follow. Everybody leaves when they get the chance. Hey, hey, hey. This is my chance. It was, sorry. I get eaten by the worms with fishes, picked over by the worms with fishes, with fishes, with fishes. I hit the bottom and escape. I hit the bottom and escape. And escape. It's an unorthodox version of that song, but I don't know, kind of fun. Oh man, I'm glad I have tea. Whew. All right, yeah, we'll do another. I think I'm gonna do two more, and that'll be that. Is that cool? That's cool. And we can make sure. Did Nate wanted to come in after? Okay, yeah, and he's probably watching, so he might know. Hopefully, I don't know. Okay. So yeah, I got two more songs. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hopefully, I made your evening somewhat better. Even if you mute it, it's probably fine. But all right, yeah, two more, and we'll go from there. I know places you walk in the moonlight are never alone. The shadows of pavement on streetlight is where you call home. I've seen men in the bars that you go to can be awfully mean. Silver tongue words and their eyes are not how they seem. Babe, this is not pretend. Please don't go home with him. Lately my prayers have been coins tossed in water. Not here to criticize, not here to patronize. I want you to realize things can be better. I've heard sirens that chase you like fire chases smoke from the earth. Days in your head in the nights when you don't know your worth. It's true. Wish that the lights on the highway would bring me to you. Wishing won't help, but it seems to be all that I do. Babe, this is not pretend. Please don't go home with him. Lately my prayers have been coins tossed in water. Not here to criticize, not here to patronize. I want you to realize things can be better. Delay. Oh man. Well, thanks guys. Next song's my last song. You guys have been cool. I can't see what's going on, but it doesn't matter. It's been fun to play tunes again. It's been so long since a lot of us has got to do anything like this at all. So, yeah, last song, and then we will see what Nate is doing, and then we'll go from there. I don't have the thing. I have, yeah. All right, let's see. I saw the arsonist late last night, and she set fire to everything. A great inferno stretched up to the sky. She used the ash to spell my name. Can't cross the line you never draw. Just close your eyes and join the living dead. Can't undo the things that we have done. The gold in my dreams has turned to lead. So now I'm standing here, coal still warm. Embers glow inside my mind. The trail of smoke just leads to disappointment. Regret is never far behind. Can't cross a line you never draw. Just close your eyes and join the living dead. Can't undo the things that we have done. Gold in my dreams has turned to lead. I can't beat this. I can't beat this. I can't beat this. I saw the arsonist late last night, and she set fire to everything. Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. That was my brief and for the best brief set. We have. Hang on, my producer's in my ear. Hang on. What's he saying? I think he's on the way.
Cut.
I think I'm cut. They're gonna grab a.
Streams behind.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's lagging for sure.
What's up? I'm talking about donations to her.
Yeah. Do you want to have a seat or you just want to kind of? I'm gonna get out of the way. I'm gonna go put this up. So
Okay.
I'm a hop.
And then you're coming back for your intra view?
Yeah, sure.
Intra. That's
Local intra.
inter is between. Intra is when you speak to yourself. Are we live right now?
Yeah,
We are live. We're live.
So I was going to talk a little about the donations that we are collecting. Donations appreciated, obviously not required. So last week, a little over a week ago, Hurricane Laura hit Southwest Louisiana. It was a Category 4 storm. And thankfully, the situation is a lot better than it could have been. There was little loss of life because it didn't hit a major population center, but there was also a major destruction of property. Most of those people in those affected areas were able to evacuate, but they're now basically homeless, living in places like Lafayette, as the locals say it, and New Orleans as well. So there's a significant amount of cleanup work to be done there. And I'm connected with lots of organizations on the ground, such as Mutual Aid Disaster Relief, people in Southwest Louisiana, Democratic Socialists of America, as well as others. I don't think I have any more acronyms to say right now. But they're working really hard on this, and it's really tough to do hurricane repair during COVID. Is kind of a thing I've learned from being on the perimeter of all this. There's not really a place for individual volunteers to go over there and help do cleanup, simply because the risk of coming out of state and interacting with a crew of other people who are also from all other places out of state. The risk of contracting and spreading COVID increases exponentially. So after watching this for a while and listening to people on the ground, the main thing that is needed is monetary donations to purchase supplies. Supply runs aren't as necessary because most of the major cities in Louisiana were not impacted. It was mostly rural coastal regions, which is good in some ways. As far as loss of life, like I said, it was low, but also it means that this isn't really getting a whole lot of national attention. National media outlets aren't really covering it. So it's important to help our homies on the ground because that easily could have been us. And at some point in the future, it will be us here in Pensacola. And we will need their help, that's for sure. Hurricanes are terrible and destroy everything. So yeah, the donate links you can send to my Venmo. That's Nathan-Marona, M-A-R-O-N-A, or Marona Band, M-A-R-O-N-A, B-A-N-D, at Gmail on PayPal. Or you can also check out an organization called Mutual Aid Disaster Relief. They have a big donate thing set up on their website, and they're a great organization that swoops in basically after any natural disaster. And I think next we're going to hit Dalton and Cooper doing an interview. Cooper interviewing Dalton.
Oh.
All right. They were moving along pretty decent though.
Oh, and also, sorry, I was making weird gestures at you. There's the link that you can also go that goes straight to your PayPal, I believe, is on the bottom right side
Cool.
of the video.
Sweet.
So I don't think you can click it, but
You can type copy and paste, man.
copy and paste. Oh, wait, I need a. Could you adjust the video?
Adjust the video? What does that mean?
Just the camera. Yeah.
Oh, it
Oh,
was on.
this.
No,
Because it's just focused.
it's on Cooper
Yeah.
right now. No, the actual,
The literal camera.
the actual camera.
Yeah, and you're done. Okay, that works. And then could you unzoom the lens?
Zoom.
That's a thing, ain't it?
We got my good side.
That's the focus. No.
I don't know how this is
It's
too
a
nice
different-
of a camera for me. I'm like a
Okay,
I'm
it's the other ring, or closer to the body.
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
Dang, this is a camera.
What's up?
Hi, Dalton.
What's up, man?
Great set.
Oh,
That was
thanks.
fun. It was. I was sitting in the corner of the room the whole time.
If you heard any
as you
snaps,
saw
it
me.
wasn't me. It was definitely Cooper.
It was me. I don't know. I don't want to be annoying,
No,
but,
no.
but you can't not snap. So
Yeah.
just so nice and tender. Well, I've got a few questions prepared for you.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll just go and swing in.
Go in, by all means.
So I will preface this with Don kind of alluded during his set that he's in the process of working on some new releases, and thankfully he decided to do those here in the studio. So we've been working on that for a little bit. Oh, I'm getting too much into it. Okay, gonna go ahead and ask you some questions. So it's been a few years since your debut record. I think it was 2015 or
Yeah,
something.
5 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
November will be exactly 5 years.
Yeah, an evening in is the title
Yeah.
of it. Unfortunately, I didn't know you back then.
It was a while back.
I think
It was-
I met you in 2016, so it was like right after you
Yeah.
released it.
Yeah.
But it's a great record, and I like it because it's so subtle, yet has a very jazzy sound to it. It's very focused and clear. But I wanted to know, though I already kind of know, but the viewers want to know.
Sure.
Your new record, are you going to go in any new direction with that?
So there's always an element of jazz. I like jazz chords, and that just I just think, if I'm going to play a minor, if I make it a minor 7, it's like, oh, that's slightly different. Or major 7, it sounds more ethereal maybe. But for this record, I think it's going to be a little bit more almost like shoegaze or post-rock as far as the instrumentation, because it's just what I've listened to. It's 5 years since, of listening to music and playing guitar more and all that good stuff. So still, there will be some elements of jazz here and there, especially more on the leads. I love, the jazzy licks and things. But overall, we're looking at a probably bigger sounding record. Vocally, still the same. I can only sing one way, so I may as well just do it. But yeah.
Cool. Well, actually, I'm gonna skip around a little bit since you're talking about it.
Oh, sure.
So I know we go on karaoke nights
Oh,
every
yes.
now and then. It's been
I
been
miss
months.
it. I know, I miss it really badly. Yeah.
Rip, I guess. But I swear, once things get better, no idea
We're
when
going.
that is.
We're going.
We're going to karaoke. Heck, we should probably just do it in the house. I don't
Yeah, we
know.
probably
Whatever. Anyway, but I always notice you always tend to pick some more soulful, like older, 70s, 80s kind of hits, if not even earlier. And your voice really, hones on that really well. I wonder, did you, in your household, did you like grow up listening to those records, or how'd you get into that zone with your voice?
With my family, we always listen to a lot of like old school music. My dad likes a lot of different music. So growing up, I was always interested in guitar. I always trying to mess around. I didn't really start trying to sing until I was like 18 or 19, just because I always felt like, oh, I sound bad when you hummed yourself and you're like, oh, this is awful. But over time, I was like, hey, I listened to like classic like Roy Orbison or Sam Cooke and guys like that. And I was like, I'd like to try. So I would just start trying to sing, and eventually I was like, oh, I'm hitting the same pitch, And then from that point, as I got older, I found like Dallas Green from City and Color is probably, as far as my delivery, it's very clear, and I try to be kind of like that. Also, Jeff Buckley is one of my favorite artists, and he can do everything, which is the goal. You want to be able to hit those operatic notes, but also be, tender whenever the song calls for it. So it all came from listening to old stuff and trying to emulate it as well as I could. So,
Groovy. So that's what you grew up or not grew up, but focused on.
Yeah.
But it's been 5 years, right? Like I
Yeah.
said, have you learned anything along the way? Are there any, what have you been working on in that time, and how is that affecting this new album?
So back in like 2016 or so, I put out the record in 2015. I was tired of playing solo shows. That's all I did. Me and Matt Hannemov, Evan Bernard, Andrew Hines were in Youth Creatures, which was such a great time. That was a really, really good time, and I miss it a lot. But we had a good time playing, and I was playing guitar. I wasn't singing, but it opened me up to... Andrew's a great songwriter, and it was opening up some different ways of approaching songwriting I hadn't thought about. And then it helped me sharpen the skills for guitar. After If Then, towards the end of it, Youth Creatures into... I played in a band called If Then with Joel Amanda Nelson, and then Nick Fury joined us later. And that really taught me how to be a better musician, because I was probably the worst in the band. So you got to step it up a bit. So I played guitar. I learned a lot about tone within the context of a live show, because I didn't have this epic amp, but I had to get through somehow. And that's where, do the reverb the right way, the delay, get everything right, and you can still punch through, because, Jolin's rig is great. Nick and Jolin's rig is huge. I had a PV Bandit. I did not use any other, and I just set it up on a chair and would just point it out. Oh, I can't hear myself, but so that was fun. That was a lot of fun there, and I learned a ton about, just playing in weird time signatures and things like that. And then, me and you, in Slugger. And that's been, the last 3 years or so. We've been playing in Slugger, which is, if you don't know, it's like a stoner metal, doom metal type band. And
Very different.
Definitely different. Absolutely opposite of what you've heard me play. And I play guitar in that, and that's been really fun, because the thing I've learned most from Slugger is being very concise in your songwriting. The riff, it's about the riff and what the rhythm section, and you just hone in on that, because it's not, we do some solos and stuff like that, but it's not about these lavish, crazy arrangements, even though we did do one song that's like 30 minutes, but that's besides the point. It's all about finding the best tone and riff for the song and trying to serve the song. And I think all of that together for this new record is going to come through, hopefully. That's the goal.
Yeah. I mean, from what I know, it's turned out pretty good.
So far, so good.
So far. It's funny, you mentioned your thing with If Then, with Joel and everything. Mm-hmm. I actually just recently, I didn't know about this, but I recently discovered you and Jolin's side project.
Blanks.
Blanks.
Man. Yeah, Blanks. That was like...
Search it up in SoundCloud or something.
It was cool. That was a whole, we were hanging out, and we just started kind of jamming on some stuff, and it's very ambient type music.
Yeah.
We did, I think, a few tracks. The idea was to do the music and then go film something and then cut it to match the music, but of
course... Did you do that?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it.
It would have been awesome. No, it would have been fun. It was really fun, and it was really relaxing to play that kind of music. But, I forgot about Blanks. So thank you.
So I didn't know about it until, literally last weekend.
Yeah.
Actually, I have one other question about one of your other projects, because you're a man of many talents.
Sure.
So some may or may not know, speaking of SoundCloud, you're a little bit SoundCloud famous yourself. Now, the bar might be low, because to me, wow, you got 100 plays on a song.
No.
But you're beyond that. Don't you have a side project, right?
I do.
Called Wandering.
Wandering.
Yeah. How
yes.
did all that happen?
Well, I discovered, it's first, to preface all of this, Wandering is like lo-fi hip-hop. Lo-fi beats to study and relax to. It pretty much sums that up. But that started when I had heard some beats I really liked on YouTube, and I was like, I've never made beats before. I've always loved hip-hop, especially the instrumental side of that. I want to try to learn it. So I started, YouTube tutorials for hours, making horrible beats. And finally I was like, I kind of figured out what I'm doing. And it just grew, over 3 years or so. I got 40-something songs on there. And if you like them, you can... I think there's definitely a way to download them, easily. Just, message me or whatever. But it's all free. It's just something I really like to do. But I just passed 500,000 plays last week, which is crazy.
500,000?
500K. I can't believe it. Yeah. So, and that's what sucks is that is something I feel like I put the least amount of effort into. Isn't that how? That's how it goes.
Out.
I don't know, but it's been really
good.
fun.
Yeah. I will say there've been a number of times where I've put it on and just let it play for an hour, It's great.
And I do have I have a beat tape that's out. I put it out in March, and I have another one I'm planning to finish up in the end of the year. It's going to be called The Art of Isolation. So all beats that I don't think anything I've released yet on SoundCloud, so it's going to be all exclusive tracks. Still working on it, touching up some things, but I'm excited about that as well.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I think I got like one or two more
Yeah,
questions.
whatever you wanna
I guess a big one, and this is a question that all musicians have right now or need to address, is how is this this pandemic, COVID-19 and everything, how has that affected your musical endeavors? Like, are you keeping it up, or has things slowed down? I mean, obviously we're not playing shows, but how have you handled it personally?
You know, from the standpoint of writing, I feel like it's been pretty fruitful. I've got some stuff I've worked on that I'm really happy with, you know, on this new record, and also with beats and stuff, I've actually come up with some things I'm happy. You go through phases, you know, when you write and all that. Thankfully, right now, being kind of cooped up, I'm kind of forcing myself every day for at least 30 minutes. I usually try to sit down, and even if I don't write anything, if I just sit there and work at it, that leads to something eventually. I mean, I'll be very good, but I did do something, you know. I can be happy about that. I do miss playing shows. I think we all miss playing shows. I mean, even just now, like when I was playing, I was kind of nervous because I'm like, I haven't done this, in live in so long. I'm just playing in my room for now, and I do miss that. I do prefer playing shows over writing over in my room because it's more exciting, obviously. But the other side of the coin is that been able to write some things I'm actually proud of, and that's been nice. So, you know, double-edged sword, whatever you want to call it. But overall, it's been okay.
Yeah. I guess I'll hit you with one more.
Sure.
So I was listening through the album, An Evening In, the old album again. And this one track always stands out to me, which is Algebra, which...
It's like the second song, thankfully.
Yeah,
I just threw it at the front. Okay, you don't have to listen to anything else.
I'm a little sad you didn't play it tonight. But...
I know.
That's
okay.
But yeah, I have a question for you, because I feel like I always have a hard time deciding this, because like every new song, it's like, oh, that's my baby. Oh, that's my baby. You know, you always have a new thing that's your favorite. Yeah. What about you? Do you have something that stands out?
There's two songs that I'll explain this. An Evening In, when I look back at it, there's some decent songs, and I was quite a novice, especially singing. The singing was kind of but there's songs in there I like, but the newer thing, I played two of them tonight. The first song I played, I'm really happy with, because that whole idea, the first line was inspired by the Smiths song, There's a Light That Never Goes Out, about riding in your car. I wanted to do something like that, and obviously I'm not Morrissey. I can't, make it incredible when I'm not Johnny Marr, but I can play three chords and try to emulate that. So I'm actually happy with that song. And the last song I played, I think it's my favorite song I've written, just because I wrote that song in like an hour, at like 4 a.m. I don't know where it came from. I really don't. I just wrote everything, and it just came along, and it's really short, but I like playing it because it's very therapeutic to me.
That's the Arsonist.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
The last song.
That's, oh, so classic.
So those are the two main ones. There's not a song I don't like, but those are the two that I'm really happy with. Actually, and then the next to last song. Sorry.
Oh,
Coin Tossed to Water. I like that song too. That one was the first time I set out to write almost a narrative-based track. It's probably not super apparent, but the lyrics are definitely from a very objective point of view. It's not like a personal thing that happened. Here's a story, kind of. And that's going to be on the new record as well. So, got some new tracks that I'm happy with. So, yeah.
Cool. Do you got anything else to say to the viewers at home? Viewers like you?
Mom, if you're watching, I love you. That's about it. No, if you are watching, thanks for hanging out with us and all that good stuff. It's been fun. Yeah, this has been really nice. As I usually say, Cooper goes above and beyond when we do anything like this, and you
gotta try, man.
Yeah,
you gotta try.
He knows how to do it. So
cool. We're gonna take a very short break, or we're just gonna set up. I honestly don't.
We'll break while we set up.
Okay.
We'll break while we set up. We'll have some background music going. Just leave it running. We'll probably be back at it in like a minute. So don't leave.
Don't touch that dial.
Don't touch that dial.
Emerald. Where's Emerald?
We're taking pledges. We're holding NPR hostage.
There's another episode of Seinfeld where he's like, the pledge drive, and Kramer gets a call.
Hello again, everybody. Sorry for rushing into this, but I'm ready to play some music. So my name's Cooper, if you don't know me. I am the singer and keyboardist, mainly, of Crystal Coast. And I also run the studio here at Humming Sound. And I got a few tunes for y'all. First of all, I want to thank Nate for getting us all set up to do this, and I want to thank Dalton for playing his awesome set. Anyway, I got a few songs. I'm going to play for a little bit, have some fun. And yeah, if you have any requests, you can add them in there. But if, I don't know, I may or may not get them. We'll find out. Anyway, I'm going to start with a new one. In case you don't know, food's coming in, sweet. In case you don't know, we released a new album a month and a half ago or so, maybe 2 months. So I'm going to try to focus on some of those songs, but I got some old ones too. So we're going to have some fun. This one's called Fire in the Dashboard. Sitting in my car in the middle of the highway, this is all okay. See it laughing. Wish you were here just to see me like this, filled with fear. I lost control. Oh, seems like the universe had other plans for me. Oh, I should have probably brought out a harmonica or something. It's hot as hell over here. I had thought I would make it up, but I'm going straight down. Did I deserve this pain? I know I tried to navigate. Yeah. Could you unmute the reverb too? Sorry, I totally forgot.
I muted the interviewer.
Yeah, I'm sure that was going all crazy. Anyway,
I got it pretty early on.
sound all right, guys? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna play a classic. So we actually in this new album, we worked on 2 songs in like 2018, and they've been sitting there forever. So I've played this a million times, but it's good on acoustic. So this one's called Melody Mistress. You cannot afford enough. She spoke to me, staring at a screen. It's all you'll ever need. But I can stand the thought I'll be stuck there, wasting my life. It's not a dream. You'll only ever be a mistress to me. Heart beating, the candle rays and buzz, the wind of red, without misstep, devoid of meaning. There'll only ever be ones and zeros to me. I don't have to speak, my actions do the talking for me. I don't have to speak, my actions do the talking for me. Hey, it's one person in the audience. Just kidding. I know y'all are out there.
It's
right?
really nice to hear clapping after you play.
It really is.
It's the worst thing, like doing a live stream when there's nobody else around. And it's just like you finish a song and it's just like,
Did I do it? Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't help that there's like a 10-second delay or something.
Yeah.
But okay, so here's a new one. Sorry, some of these I've never played live, so including this one, but I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. I remember now. Okay, this one's called "Fearful Dreaming." I'll talk about it later. But here we go. Oh no, I forgot there's an intro. Oh, I got it. Okay, here we go. Here's the intro.
I can hide my eyes with my hands clutched forward. Only then will my fears politely back away. Die between the sheets and watch the evening breeze wash away. But there's no time for that anymore.
Is new. Sang the wrong verse. I'll just sing the second verse, same as the first.
Have I not already given everything? Just take this wind and set your sails straight. We cannot stutter, no time for some guessing. Just make back tonight.
Man, I really wanted to play that one, but it's so far from my memory. I apologize, but check it out on the album. It's good. I promise. Anyway.
The chords done acoustic though, or like it's cool to just like watch.
Yeah.
I just like the chords.
Yeah, it's just hard to throw together though. But anyway, so we're gonna skip forward. I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna start off with some. Okay, so back about a year ago, I think. Actually, me and Dalton and Sam, and oh my god, I'm forgetting the fourth member. Oh, and Jolin, right? We got together for a little bit and did a single one-off show playing some of these folk songs I wrote. Because, of course, I do like poppy stuff, but I also really like folky stuff, right? So I'm going to play one of those songs right now.
Was this one that's like out of town?
I think so, yeah. We didn't have a name for the band. I think we were just unnamed, but it was great. Anyway, this one's called Kilauea.
Water and fire will rejoice in the courtside. A peaceful land pressing from his heart through the ocean. When once the stars will return to the soil, freeing ourselves of our earthly burden. We'll sing His praise. We'll sing His praises now. Out of these flames are the blooms of a mother's kiss. As it destroys, it creates a truth beyond our years. Through the dust, the moon comes to wash away the tears and bring sons and daughters together, sun and moon forever, on the optimism of your love. Of your love. peaceful land filled with unrest, needing to live again.
Cool. So with that, I'm going to do another one from that. This one's a little different. Come on in, Dalton. Oh. That sounds good to me. Okay, this one's called Migration. It's at a time where I really wanted to leave Pensacola, and yet here we are. Yeah, it's it's hard to get out of here, but it's not so bad. Anyway, this one's called Migration. That's not how it starts. That's not how it starts. Okay, there's a little ditty at the beginning. That's not it. Here you go.
My love, will you run away with me? Just like you said you would do. At the stroke of midnight, when we play our final tune, humming with the buzz of the cicadas, hoping you will not change your mind.
Here's the part. Oh, that's it. Here.
Where might we call home? Just anywhere else, away from all the worn out faces, praying to make the same choice as us. I wanna see the world with you, as long as you're with me too. As night grows old, let's hop on that train and moving at the speed of sound, so that we cannot hear them cry.
Oh, I need some flute. Ah, man. If only Sam was here. Except she is. Okay, cool. I got a couple more. Let's do an easy one. Okay, this is an older one. I think off our second album. It's funny, we wrote this, and I think it was 2016. So it's a little political, and it's just as necessary now. Nothing's changed. Anyway, this one's called Utopia.
doorknob, hoping to change somebody's mind, when all it does is hurt the ones that you love. 'Cause holding on to the past puts a note under your side, but you can't get it into your head. Come on. Oh, you ready for this? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. We own the city, own the streets where we found love. We own the right to make this place utopia. We own the city, own the streets where we found love. We own the right to make this place utopia. Solid gold walls, the white granite pillars, but don't that don't need a lot to all settle. Oh no. Okay, let's give another chorus. Dos, uno, dos, tres, cuatro. We own the city, own the streets where we fell in love. We own the right to make this place utopia. We own the city, own the streets where we fell in love. We own the right to make this place utopia. So different when you're playing to nobody. It's like it's so much more nerve wracking.
That's
It really is.
like, kind of, hey,
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I'm gonna try to squeeze some more out for y'all. This next one, it's another new one. It's called Homecoming. It's kind of funny because this is like a very, piano-driven song or whatever, funky stuff. Actually, it's funny. This one was written for a UWF songwriting competition or whatever. Though I never submitted it because I got it ready the day of, and then I was just like, "But is it ready?" Like, that's what happens when you procrastinate. Anyway, let me think of how this stuff goes. Actually, I'm gonna get my notebook real quick. I should have had this from the beginning. I got it. Easy chords. Here we go.
It's 3 a.m. Waking in the middle of the 10th floor. The band has left, but I'm itching to keep on moving. This year has been rough on the both of us. Thank God that we have made it to the next one. Ready to begin. My hands raised to the ceiling. In these times of trouble, we keep on dancing, one foot from the other, no second guessing. Gotta stick to the rhythm. Soon you'll find your melody, one foot from the other, one foot from the other. On Mars, ready, get set, rewind. Do 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 Times might be rough, but we have to keep on moving. 'Cause things change fast. A stampede, we can't keep fighting. This year has been rough on the both of us. Thank God that we have made it to the next one. Ready to begin. My hands raised to the ceiling. These times of trouble, we keep on dancing, one foot from the other, no second guessing. Gotta stick to the rhythm, soon you'll find your melody. One foot from the other, one foot from the other. One more, ready, get set, rewind.
Okay, cool. Oh man. What else do we wanna do? Yeah, I'm gonna save that one for later. Okay, so I'm gonna take. I think this will be my last song actually. This is pretty much the first song that I wrote.
Take a break after you're done. You want us to go straight to break?
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah,
We can just come back. You guys are in the chair.
in the chair. Yeah, we'll do that. But first, I gotta play this. Anyway, this is the first song I pretty much wrote for this project. It's super electronic-y. The name of it's Cat and Mouse. But stripped down, it actually sounds pretty good. So I'm gonna do it that way, as long as I get the chords right. Okay, here we go. Cat and Mouse.
You call me every time that you go out, 'cause there's a chance for us. Sure, just playing cat and mouse in his dangerous love. So cold, so cold. It's a wonder that you've got blood pumping through your veins at all. Where will this all end up? But in the bottom of the sea where you belong. Just a teenage dream, but that doesn't give you the right to take away. When every moment is frozen in place, and every breath is leaning on the words that you say. So you lie there, looking so clear. Lean now, will you go for the kill? You're just playing cat and mouse in its dangerous love. Play it cool, get it right. Though the flame is burning out, you can't get enough of it. Just 21 years, and that's a lot to live by. Am I ready for this? This proposition you're giving me. But who could be ready for such a lie when you lie the way you do? So graceful, so sweet, but that's just no good to me. Everybody's got a first time. Everybody's got a first time.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Well, thanks for sticking around. We're going to take a short break to get things ready, and then we're going to have an interview. Keep things moving along. And then after that, we got Nascar Noir, the one and only Nathan Morona. Cool. So thanks for sticking around. And stay around. Please.
I was a teenage
We're back.
pirate ship looking for golden treasure. Thoughts on piracy as a whole, as an institution?
You know, pirates were the OG anarchists. I mean, it's... Well, actually, no, they're not. Because, what, they're 1500s?
1500s to, like, late 1600s was the golden age of piracy. As a piracy scholar... from the University of Bobby Street, I can say that.
Yeah. Well, I think we should give more credits to the pagans, and then if you even go further back than that, I mean, you got Vikings, you got, I don't know, early hunter-gatherers.
I think Vikings were nationalists. Pirates were cool because they were
Okay.
just, like,
Good point.
vibing, and really, there was... nothing stopping them. They banded together for survival. They had no country. Their moms were dead of scurvy. Pirate ships functioned like early labor unions. You know, like that's why mutinies were a thing. You know what a mutiny is? It's when you kill your boss. You make him walk the gangplank. Pretty sick.
By the way, guys, sorry for the slight drop in quality of the video, but it's fine.
I'm not sorry.
He's not sorry.
It's NASCAR
I am.
Noir's set, so we got to get a little grainy.
Grainy.
Get a little chiaroscuro. That's an art term. I don't know what it means, but
I've never heard that before in my life.
It's an Italian technique from the 16th century. Primarily used by that dude who painted Jesus a lot.
Yeah, it's hitting.
It's like a use of shadow and light in a particular way. But I need to stop lest I lose my punk cred. So we're gonna do an interview right now with Krista Coast, who just performed. So Krista Coast 4 just came out, and I also worked on my album. For NASCAR Noir with you here in the studio, and you were running the soundboards, doing the mixing, basically running everything, being a genius. So I was kind of interested to know like how you record your own music, given that you do it here, and I saw how much work you did like behind the soundboard and everything. just manning it, not even, playing instruments. So what is the recording process like for you, also as the person who has to run the studio while you're recording?
Well, I guess when you get an artist in to the studio, and like it's a totally different process because they've already got their songs figured out, hopefully, and they already know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They know where everything's going to be. When I'm by myself, it's very different because it's funny. Like I'll start writing a song, and I'll write, I don't know, a verse, and maybe have an idea of what the chorus will be, and I'll be like, time to start recording. Because, it's all here. All the tools are here. The playground is here. So it's like, might as well just go ahead and... Because I don't know if you do this too, but like when you're starting to play a song, you can already hear in your head, like, oh, I want this over there. I want the drums doing this. I want a keyboard. Well, you probably don't do too much keyboard. But, a keyboard here, blah, blah, blah. So I go ahead and, I try to, make that happen.
Yeah.
And before even finishing the song, and I kind of piece it together from there. There was only one case where that wasn't. In most of my songs, when I do that, they end up getting on. That's the final track. Sometimes I'll redo them, but most of the case, I get it to where I want it. With enough tweaking and stuff, it's pretty much ready to go. That was the case except for 2 songs on the album, which was Melody Mistress and Dozilla, which I talked about earlier. I did demos with them a lot earlier on, which you can actually get those demos if you buy the album on Bandcamp, which I don't know if we mentioned.
Bandcamp is waiving their fees today.
It's Bandcamp Friday.
Normally, much like a pirate captain, Bandcamp takes a cut of the booty, and there will be no booty cuts today, just going to the crew.
Straight up mutiny. So if you want, you can download the album today or buy a physical copy. I think it includes a download, and I'll ship it to you myself. It has 2 of the demos I did for those 2 songs, and it's just interesting because I had an idea with those that was very towards me, but then when we redid them, we had the whole band in, and it became a little different. So you can hear how that process works.
Yeah, that's a lot more like my writing process.
Yeah.
Things change a lot, which sometimes I wish they didn't because it catches me really off guard. But sometimes it's really nice, But I don't have access to a home studio like you. So when I'm writing, it's like, I have to play the same riff a million times.
You got that 8-track.
I do have an 8-track. Yeah,
can kick butt if you use it right.
I do love that 8-track. So basically every band in Pensacola, Crystal Coast has had a few lineup changes lately. It's not something that's unique to your band. It happens all the time here, just because of the way the city goes. But you're also a multi-instrumentalist. I've seen you play a million different things. We've been in bands together in the past, and you played drums, or I've seen you play keys on stage, or switch to guitar seamlessly. So what on this new record, Crystal Coast 4, did you actually play? And did lineup changes kind of affect how you recorded, or was it a non-issue?
Okay, it was difficult going into this record because we switched. Really, we're like a core trio at the moment. Me, Samantha, and Lucky Wright on guitar, and we're pretty solid. We've had some drummer changes in the past, and it stinks because I'll get to the other stuff, but we've gone through 1 or 2 drummers,
as we all do.
I don't know, it's hard to grab, but we do have Andrew Hines, great dude, playing with us right now on drums, and I think we're the first band he's ever played drums with, but he's doing an awesome job. But just as we were getting ready to go, I think we had a show booked for April, I don't know, 2nd or something. And then shit hits the fan, and it's so he hasn't had a chance to hit the stage yet.
So you played the drums on this record, basically? I
played the drums on pretty much every song except those first 2, Dozilla and Melody Mistress. And I don't know, you get into it, and I get impatient. I get so impatient, and I'm like, well, I could wait for this to happen, but I'm going to do it now. Guitar solos and stuff. Granted, we were able to get Lucky in for a couple of the solos and some of the rhythm tracks and stuff. Sam was actually Samantha played bass on like I think half the album at least, which is cool. Especially the songs that she was really comfortable with. She definitely did a great job on that. All the synth stuff is all me.
So you're primarily kind of like the main carrier of this project, but you have other people kind of step in live. That makes sense. Yeah, some people just work like that.
I will say, both Sam and Lucky did help me write some of the songs, so I can at least give them some credit
lyrically.
There, yeah, lyrically and structurally. Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry.
So I find that like influences can sometimes be surprising when you like sit down and like think about them after the fact. So now that Crystal Coast 4 has been released, are there any influences on the record that kind of looking back surprise you or you didn't think would be as impactful as they were?
I don't know about surprise. I'm really bad with music. Like, I know a lot of people when they're working at home or whatever, they'll have Spotify running random or a collection of CDs, and they'll just keep hearing new stuff. I'm really bad. I like listening
on the record. Bad with music.
Bad with music, yes. I like listening like podcasts and like other YouTube-y stuff, whatever. More so than music, and so I don't really hear a lot of new music. Which is sad. But there are two... Well, I have had a streak lately. Two things I'm super into lately is bands, like kind of indie rock bands with female vocalists, right? They're, female-led. And, like, anime music.
I've
been watching a lot more anime than normal.
Well, that's right. The music on that stuff is maximalist and dope.
Granted, I can't say any of that influence. I wish it did. I would next album.
Well,
Crystal Coast Anime 101.
That's kind of what I was. Another part of this is like sometimes influences can take a long time to seep in. Like you'll just be working on something down the road and you'll be like, "Whoa, that like anime music really crept in there. What happened?"
But I will say. There's two artists in particular that I at least tried to get. I mean, this is more active, I guess. Always with 2Vs, they're great, and Tennis. Oh, I freaking love Tennis. They're probably the biggest. It's at least one or two of the songs on there are like, obviously not copies or anything, but they're like I had an idea from one of their songs.
That's a good band name. I haven't heard of that one.
Tennis. Oh, they're great. We actually were going to go see them in Birmingham in May, I think, but then it's postponed like a year. But honestly, I don't even know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, who knows at this point. So you had some additional vocals on the record, especially on the track "Fearful Dreaming." Who did the backing vocals on that track? Because they're really good. Or are you not going to say?
No, I will say.
Oh, okay.
She's not going to like. Okay, so, that song is it was kind of a random bit of stuff. It was pretty much written for my now wife Samantha. And I kind of begged her on this for like, I don't know, like a week or something. She never sings, though she should, all the times. But I begged her enough, and we got in the studio, and she was finally like, fine, I'll do it. And we did a couple of takes, and I really worked with her to like get a tone, and everything with her voice. And so, yeah, that's Samantha on
like
bass.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping when we play live again with a full band, I'm really hoping she sings that.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'd freaking love
Fearful
that.
Dreams is a good track. It's kind of like an indie rock take on like a Disney song or Disney duet or something.
Yeah, I'm sorry I did not play that one properly today. It's a hard track to play by yourself, so...
I don't think anyone was going to have a mutiny over that. So you've always been like pretty smart about gear. You're always buying new stuff. You always are like working on a guitar or some weird keyboard when I come over to your place. So is there like a favorite piece of tech or gear that you used on Crystal Coast 4 that wasn't used on past releases that you kind of like relied on and kind of took you off guard how much you were relying on it for the sound?
There's always I feel like there's always like a new synth that I get that I like use all over the record. And really from, I guess Crystal Coast 3 had a lot of that stuff going on, and whereas in the fourth one I focused more on a somewhat traditional sound, with more guitars and stuff. My guitar setup hasn't really changed in the past like 4 or 5 years, so that's not really different. I I guess like my favorite, probably the keyboard I use on everything is probably this Mofo X4 here. Dave Smith instrument. Would you like to say something? Mofo? Wow, that's very insightful. Yeah, does a great
Rare
job.
synthesizer has nothing to say.
Yeah, okay. But actually, a good friend and local Pensacola mastering buddy, Sean Peterson from Pensacola Audio Documentation. Actually, didn't he rebrand?
Yeah, it's something else now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pensacola something, but Sean's a badass. Whatever
He's
your
a
name
badass.
is, whatever your name is, Sean, we love you.
He did well, I don't even think he gave me, out of the kindness of his heart, a Yamaha FB01. It's this tiny little rack mount thing, but it's kind of like a DX7 with like FM synthesis stuff. I use that on not every track, but like 4 or 5 tracks, and it was just fun. Like, wonder what operator can go here, blah blah blah, to get like some weird sounds. That was pretty cool, and I guess that's the best thing I got, really.
Yeah, that makes sense. When you say out of the goodness of his heart he gave it to you, does that mean his wife just said that he had too many synthesizers?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a small one though. It's like a rack mount. Like it goes in. Whatever.
I don't know what a rack mount is, but
you see those guys over there?
I'm reporting to you live on the scene, and apparently there is a rack mount here in this room with me. Sounds kind of like a deer apparatus, if you ask me.
Wow. Very Nascar Noir of you.
Speaking of which, is there anything else you would like to plug, or where can people find Crystal Coast?
Well, we have a website, but my server keeps going down, so the website's probably not even good.
Okay, well, where can they actually find you? Where the server is not down.
Just go on our Bandcamp.
Bandcamp.com, Crystal Coast.
crystalcoastflorida.bandcamp.com. We have all the albums up there. They're all up for sale. I try to keep them cheap. If you want a sweet deal on like a CD or something, I'll bring it over. We're trying to get cassettes made for the new album, but it's hard to justify because stuff, because we're not able to do live shows. It's hard to get stuff to go off the shelf. It doesn't even. I've sold so little merch since COVID started. It's kind of sad.
Yep, that's how it be.
Please buy it. I will either personally go to your house and deliver it and give you an elbow nudge,
even if you're in
or
Alaska.
I'll ship it.
Even if you're in Alaska, we'll take a Ice Road Truckers trek.
Okay, there you go.
Born in a mountain, raised in a cave, trucking and fucking is all I crave.
There you go.
And with that, I think we
Classic.
should get to the NASCAR Noir set.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
All right,
we're gonna
thank
take
you.
a short, tiny break to get things shorter, like this, like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I don't know, whatever, and then we'll get back to stuff. See y'all soon.
Born in a mountain, raised in a cave, redacted. Are we live?
Bye.
Hey! Vroom, vroom! Okay. What's up? I am NASCAR Noir / Nathan Morona. Our slogan here at NASCAR Noir is vroom, vroom, turn left or die. And that's what we'll be doing tonight. I have a little bit of an atypical NASCAR Noir set list. If you have a request, feel free to drop it in the chat, and I'll do my best to get to it. But I picked some stuff that's not the typical live set list I do, because I wanted to play some new stuff and whatnot. This first track is called Open Mic Filibuster. It was recorded here, actually, at Humming Sound. Sorry, the name changed. Humming Sound, with Cooper, who mixed my record, did a really good job in recording it all and everything. It's an open mic filibuster. It's an open mic filibuster. It's an open mic filibuster. It's an open mic. Ryan needs to take this empty bottle from my hand. I swear if this teenage band, the open mic, plays one more song, I'm gonna learn what it's like in prison.
I had to go outside and de-escalate. Yeah, yet another song where I pay my dues out on the fringe. It's gone like this so many times. I think that I'm starting to like it this way, out on the fringe. But we don't need that sorry stage or your filibuster covers. One way or another, we'll go better places before this summer ends, with a drummer by the fall. And if some new friends sing along, maybe the hard work won't seem so hard anymore. But tonight I couldn't kill my urge to fish for compliments from strangers. With 6 faded strings I returned on scene, checked my name on the list and tried to find the patience, but it's so hard to find. When up at the front this old beast he keeps pandering to a nymph, saying, honey, baby, you're so pretty, please play me one more of those underage serenades. I'm never gonna get to play, but we don't need that sorry stage or your filibuster covers. One way or another, we'll go better places before this summer ends, with a drummer by the fall. And if some new friends sing along, maybe the hard work won't seem so hard anymore. It's an open mic filibuster. It's an open mic filibuster. It's an open mic filibuster. It's an open mic. Thank you. This next one is called Learning to Play Bass. It's also on my record, American Crowbar. Learning to play bass with a church band in the south. I play one too many notes, got a note that I need to settle down. Well, youth group isn't fun once you don't believe in God, but God, that heat index, the sweat on my chest made it sound so much worse. Losing half my friends and starting over comes with new problems, like finding closure. I've been playing bass a lot and I've been carving out a niche, taking lots of notes on Foucault. Look both ways before I speak. Don't mean to brag, no, happiness is not my kind. I'm still so bitter and my liver keeps asking for a race. Losing half my friends and starting over comes with new problems, like finding closure. call my birthday month. You can check the box, there's air in these lungs still. So sweet to bother. Occasionally we subscribe like daily until college shaved extends into our skulls. No God or old time's sake could have forced or faked this final reunion show. El Paso's parking lot, excommunicated before the chips and dip even show up to a tabletop, walk through some book of Revelations. Well, here's my reservation, I think the world could use. I don't need your support, I'll die on my back porch, and one more controlled burn will send me towards somewhere I'd rather be. Long.
Thank you. That was Learning to Play Bass Parts 1 and 2. Just a reminder, we are accepting donations, 50% of which will be donated to hurricane relief in southwest Louisiana following Hurricane Laura, which hit there last week, about a Category 4 storm. This next one is called Tarragona Street. And it's kind of half about gentrification in Pensacola, half about being a musician who rarely breaks even. And it's one of my favorites.
I'm in the Tarragona intersection, moving amplifiers. Somewhere Sisyphus is still pushing those boulders around. I've never ever seen a flame worth taking from a god. In the darkness south of Garden, yuppies making their sounds. They're saying next time we'll make sure that you get some money. Saying nice job, great set, thank you, buddy. Better luck, the grass gets greener. Well, no duh, it does. If you have the money for the greener grass, it does. I'm in the Tarragona intersection, moving amplifiers. Somewhere Sisyphus is still pushing those boulders around. I've never ever seen a flame worth taking from a god. In the darkness south of Garden, yuppies making their sounds. They're saying next time we'll make sure that you get some money. Saying free beer! Nice, but I need protein and veggies. Better luck, the grass gets greener. Well, no duh, it does. If you have the money for the greener grass, it does. Out in the Tarragona intersection, section, moving amplifiers. Somewhere Sisyphus is still pushing those boulders around. I've never ever seen a flame worth taking from a god. In the darkness south of Garden, yuppies making their sounds.
It's gonna be a vocally challenging night tonight.
Yeah.
I already feel it. Alright. I am going to attempt this one. This is actually a tribute to my buddy Kent Stanton. It's one of his songs that he wrote. He passed away in April. And yesterday was actually his birthday. I believe he would have been 47, but I'm not older.
I think he's
Older,
yeah.
Kent was one of those guys who looked a lot older and talked a lot older than he was. But it's tough to say. He was at least late 40s, and his birthday was yesterday. And this is one of my favorite songs of his, called "Ode to the Denizens of a Small Town." It's about Pensacola. The original version is very upbeat, but I formulated kind of this very darker sounding cover after he passed away, just because that's how I was feeling.
Our could-be's and maybes, our could-have-beens, should-have-beens and mights. We sat down our daughters and passed out our orders, our versions of what's wrong and right. And this town can make you a hero, or it'll turn you into something you. Yeah, this town will make you a martyr, but it'll never remember you were saints. We built our boats out of garbage and tried not to harbor anything resembling hate. Oh, when you were a child, they gave you the reasons that cracked up to be your veins. And this town can make you a hero, or it'll turn you into something you ain't. Yeah, this town will make you a martyr, but it'll never remember you were saints. This town, this town, this town, this town. Ashes, ashes, we all walk out. Ashes, ashes, another cheap cigarette in his mouth. And those who move mountains but still playing in a fountains, despite too little or too much on their plate. Your force may now be reckoned with a future that beckons, too casual to be left up to fate. And this town Yeah, this town will make you a martyr, but it'll never remember you a saint. This town, this town, this town, this town, and all the people you've been before that you don't want around anymore. They push and shove, they won't bend to your will. How they push, how they shove, they won't bend. But I'll keep them still. This town, this town, I'll keep them still. This town, this town, I'll keep them still. Whew, that one's exhausting.
Good song.
The good old throat. Alright, it's gonna take a little bit of a quieter notch. Now, I got most of my loud ones out of the way. I got my punk credibility established. Now I gotta get my folk credibility established. Actually, we gotta bridge the two with the folk punk cover first. This one is Song for a Netflix Account by Pat the Bunny, who's one of my favorite artists. I lay down in awful wreck, been pissing out windows and smoking in bed. The good don't die young, they just haven't had time to mess up the same as the rest of us yet. I want nothing, nothing from them. I'd be driving drunk if I still got drunk and rev the ignition straight onto oblivion, into a void as pure as they come. But if we aren't dead yet, then let's not live as ghosts. And if we aren't in jail, then we can leave the house. And I'll show you that there's reason to hope, and the spray paint that's all over downtown. So let's fill up our shopping carts with the things we need and just roll out the front door, past the cashiers and security guards. Whoa. But the magnets trip the wheel locks before we've even cleared the parking lot and took off running through the neighbor's yard. I lay down in awful wreck, mumbling to myself about the government again, and maybe postmodernism's an extended tantrum about why we don't have flying cars yet. I want nothing, nothing from them. I'd smash every machine if I didn't have one, and rev the ignition straight onto oblivion, into a void as pure as they come. But if we aren't dead yet, then let's not live as ghosts. And if we aren't in jail, then we can leave the house. And I'll show you that there's reason to hope, and the spray paint that's all over downtown. So meet me at the diner at 6 o'clock on every Wednesday night, and we'll get some coffee and pie, and I'll smile, tip the waiter, get a ride home, thanks for the favor, and hope that that's enough to build a life. Is that enough to build a life? Woo! Thank you. That's a great song. That's a great singer. Hope everybody's doing all right out there in COVID world. This is like one of the first things I've done in a while that's like fun.
fun that involves other people. I do have fun at home, but I haven't seen anybody in a while. This next one's a new one that I wrote this summer. I actually wrote it the day before the George Floyd protest kicked off in Pensacola, when it seemed like those protests were kind of isolated to Minneapolis and the Twin Cities area. We weren't aware yet that it was just going to become like a summer of protest, and hopefully a fall too. Let's keep it going, because not much has changed yet. But this is something I kind of wrote in just like one quick sitting before that all started. And it's called Barbecue Ballad for now. I've got a tall can and my favorite brand of deodorant on standby, and a hunger for the coast with a sweet tooth grin. So it must be summertime. There's no barbecue since everyone went vegan. It's a relatively small fish to fry, while they're rioting down in the old Twin Cities and battling police for their lives. So don't forget the lime juice on your black bandanas, but save a wedge or two for the night. 'Cause no cocktail is complete without a good squeeze of citrus. Not Molotov, nor any other kind. The mayor tried to throw a barbecue to appease us, while ignoring the root loss of life. They're rioting down in the old Twin Cities and battling police for their lives.
Lots of snaps, hopeful snaps.
Lots of snaps.
Lots of protest songs tonight.
Oh, sorry. I don't know.
No, it's me too. It's me too.
I had one. It was about when I got lost. I was trying to find my car.
All lost in the supermarket?
Twin soldiers and Nixon's coming. We're finally on our own.
Yeah. What song is that?
Ohio.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, the set list. That's the thing. All right, I'm gonna cut one from there, and we got any requests in the comments or anything?
Oh no, I don't think we got any requests.
That's cool.
God damn, commenters! Huh?
This one's on a split I did with Hotel Colors 2 summers ago. Out in bumfuck Tennessee, there's blood on your shirt sleeves. Your angel wings walked out on a job. Due to adolescent noise in locker rooms and field reports, you were pressured tough, got talk, an attempt to cover up your fast forward through all the traps to find your true love. But you're always on the move, got a birthday coming up soon.
With these bodies getting taller, I guess the weak spots just grow larger every day. Oh, every day. 'Cause out in bumfuck Tennessee, there's blood on your shirt sleeves. Your angel wings walked out on the job. But I got all these better ways that we should kill ourselves. Please come home, I'll buy you a drink, I'll share my cigarettes. I'm not asking for forever, it feels selfish just to ask, but I need a little longer. I need a little longer. Was it love or was it void to hear your blackout siren's voice? And were you tongue-tied in her mouth, praying the reckless college crowd could make you feel in color for the first time? Well, I'm familiar with that place where your heartbeat breeds a sour taste when you're the southern state's best archer and the slowest moving target at the same time. At the same time. But I got all these better ways that we should kill ourselves. Please come home, I'll buy you a drink, I'll share my cigarettes. I'm not asking for forever, it feels selfish just to ask, but I need a little longer. I need a little longer.
Thank you. That was Please Come Home, which is on the split I put out with Hotel Colors 2 summers ago. It's actually called the Morona Hotel Colors split, because that's the band name I was under when that came out. But it's Nascar Noir now. And Dalton, actually, who you heard earlier, did some keyboard playing at the end of the album version of that song.
I forgot I did that. I was actually
Me
going to
too.
ask you, we'll get to it later, but I remember I came over one day and we did something, yeah.
Yeah, we did some. Beats me.
I think Eric was there, was just like, yeah.
Yeah, sounds lit.
He's like, cool. Oh, yeah. And then put on split. You're on your front porch working on a wine rack.
Always. Just, I'm physically I'm at Hummingbird Sound Studios. Spiritually, I'm working on a wine rack on my front porch. This next one, I'm gonna skip gluten-free bread, right? Okay, I know what I'm doing. What time is it?
It's like 10. Oops. 10:20.
This is a new one. It's definitely meant to be like a big band thing, but I'm gonna try to do it anyways. I wrote it after not getting into grad school for the first time, and didn't get in the second time either. And I don't think the third time's a charm. I think I'm just gonna be a professional fuck up. Sorry, Mom. My grades are perfect though.
But you were in grad school.
You thought I was in grad school? No, they rejected me, bro. They don't want me.
Okay.
Look at me. They're like, no, thank you.
The hypocrisy fucking failed me. I guess I should've known not to dream so modest. I was a pretty great zygote. I was a ripe pair of balls, still trying to decipher what went wrong. Night by day and pawn by night, moving in the shape of an L, hook and left against the right. I hope that we find some structure, because we're downward mobile, try to keep an upward chin. Got $1,500 to start again. I heard there's gold way up there in them hills, but I don't think I have a killer's heart. See dollar signs on all the children playing in the park. Teach me your boomtown lingo, your masochist patois. I'm overqualified to be a lackey or a cog. Night by day and pawn by night, moving in the shape of an L, hook and left against the right. I hope that we find some structure. Capitalism is the best snuff film. Touch your finger to the wick. Bodies strewn on any direction, throwing darts that never stick. Hear the sizzle reverberating over and over again. Bodies strewn on any direction, looking for an escape lever that never comes. Meritocracy fucking failed me. I guess I should have known not to dream. The sound in tune?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Cool. Should I do one more or two more?
Depends on how much stronger Cooper wants to stay.
No, it's whatever your heart feels like.
Whatever my heart feels. Well, I cut a few things just because.
We have some issues with swapping cameras.
We did have some issues.
Hey, we made it.
We're sorry.
Who amongst us does not have issues?
I get the New York Times. I have issues.
Yeah,
That's a good magazine.
The New
Is it?
Yorker.
It's not a magazine.
How about saying?
The New York Times is actually a newspaper. But yeah, NASCAR Noir is my name. I also run a zine of the same name called NASCAR Noir. Issues of that are available on Bandcamp. That's bandcamp.com/NASCAR Noir. That tied in somehow. It's a zine. We were talking about magazines, and zine is definitely pronounced magazine. It is not zine. It is not. That happens on the regular. People are like, "Hey, can I check out your zine?"
Here's your sign.
Here's.
Oh gosh.
I did watch Blue Collar Comedy Tour the other day. I found a copy at the waterfront, and I paid like $4 for it, and I was like, dang, that was a lot for a DVD. I should have just.
$4?
Yeah, man, waterfront's out of control.
What the hell?
They're greedier than a gosh dang industrialist in the iron boom of 1779.
Sounds about right.
This one's also a new one, tentatively called Hot Chocolate. I might fuck it up, but that's how it goes. And I need to play it. She sounds like the city, clinking cocktail glasses like dead taxi drivers. Like Patrick Bateman's next victim, like jumping off skyscrapers. Like trash, like heaven, like a lonely French fry getting picked at in the park. By bottom feeders and urban critters, well fed and living large beneath the MSNBC peacocks. Evil eye. She sounds like trash, like heaven, like medication, like trains leaving from stations, like jumping turnstiles or bagels piled at a posh family vacation, or a spy novel, a slob-on girl with no delusions of allegiance, like hot chocolate in a Brooklyn accent. Such topaz gravity, pulling and haunting. All power pure, all haute couture, all camel crush, giving way to menthol. All camel crush, giving way to menthol. She sounds like the city clinking cocktail glasses. All camel crush giving way to menthol, camel crush giving way to menthol, all camel crush giving way. Like diner lights and call me bastards. All camel crush giving way to menthol, camel crush giving way to menthol, camel crush giving way. Like unpaid interns keying bosses' cars. All camel crush giving way to menthol, all camel crush giving way, all camel crush. Like a tire iron straight to my now you're my beacon in a dark place. I'll cheer for you long after you disappear into the maw of the Empire State. These mental illnesses get intensified by skyscrapers and ADD. These mental illnesses get intensified by the constant air we breathe. Now you're my beacon. Now you're my now you're my now you're now.
Ooh. That was deep.
Emotional. Hot chocolate.
Anyways, this one's called When the Summer Ends.
Oh, okay.
Should I do one more, or you just want to do an interview?
Wait. What do you feel like? What do you feel like?
I don't care. I got all the stressful ones out of the way, so I can just
Wait. Is the next one gonna be my hey hey?
I could do it.
Wait, what was the other? What were you gonna do?
I don't know. I didn't have anything.
I don't.
Do what?
Yeah, my hey hey. We can call it.
All right, I'll do my best. This one's My Hey Hey
If you do some
by Neil
background
Young.
vocals,
I mean, I don't give a fuck. You can jump in if you want.
I mean, like, he goes, my.
This is my favorite Neil Young song. Well, that changes on a daily basis.
Yeah. It's
But
there.
that dude put out a lot of records. Like,
Where's Tanner when you need him to give me the discography?
I could. I just don't want to burden people with that. You know, like.
So much music.
Rock and roll is here to stay. It's better to burn out than it is to fade. But my, hey, hey. And into the black. They gave you this, but you paid for that. And once you're gone, you can never come back. Out of the blue and into the black. The king is gone, but he's not forgotten. This is the story of a Johnny Rotten. It's better to burn out than it is to rust. The king is gone, but he's not forgotten. Hey, hey, my mind. Rock and roll can never die. There's more to the picture than meets the eye. Oh, hey, hey, my mind. Gotta learn to play that one slower. Gotta put the Neil. You just gotta use a little marijuana. Yeah, you gotta sprinkle a little marijuana on there.
Yeah.
Alright, we want to knock out our interview and call it an NIGHT.
Sweet. Y'all get set up.
I'm surprisingly not as sweaty as I thought I would be.
I'm starting to standing up. That's because I'm fat.
Well, I normally get maybe it's just my house lately. It's not really keeping up
Dude,
with
our
the
AC
heat well.
like pretty much went out today. So that's so sad.
Damn, dude, that sucks.
It's like hot.
Yeah, that does suck.
I have a really nice like rotating fan that helps a lot, but it's hot. It's like 80 something degrees in the house.
I've been working outside, and that sucks. Gosh dang government making me knock on people's doors.
Did you do your census yet?
I've been doing it.
It's a what?
Someone tried to square up with me yesterday.
Oh, really?
I ended up having a conversation with them for a while, but yeah, they were not happy.
About you approaching them or the census?
They were not happy about the census.
Oh.
They're like, I can't believe people are getting paid to do this. And I was like, yeah, me either.
Yeah,
like,
me either. But I need you to do it now.
And then she started like ragging on like her brother or something who was sitting there with him, like because he's like a correctional officer.
Yeah.
What the heck?
She's like, fuck the police, fuck the census, fuck you, and fuck you. And I was like, yeah, fuck me.
Yeah, that's right. And he's just like, what?
She was drinking like Bud Light margaritas or whatever they call it. Budderitas? What are those called?
There's different. You have limerita, grapearita.
Yeah.
Those are bad. I'm not
She had like
a fan.
the giant ones of those, and it was like 3 p.m.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the
and,
Bob Barker. I just need the long. The price is right. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so guys, we just heard NASCAR Noir play some songs for us. Very emotional, very longing, very. I don't know. I'm spitballing here. I have some questions for you, and I hope you'll be.
Yeah.
I want to be candid with you.
That's it.
All right, so one thing I've always enjoyed the songs you write, specifically the lyrics. You seem to be able to, when you write your lyrics, you outline things very well in a way that I don't get confused by what's going on in the song. Can you maybe walk me through your process for writing lyrics? Because it takes me like forever and a day. How do you approach writing lyrics?
It also usually takes forever and a day, and I think what you said is like very intentional, where you're not confused, because if I don't know what something means, then I'm like not happy with it, and I will like most of the time rewrite it unless it's like sort of an image that just kind of I don't know what it means, but it's like
Maybe
powerful.
serves the song.
Right.
And sometimes you get that feeling when you're writing and you're like, this is a weird metaphor, but I think it works, instead of I have this line that I think is great, and you start going, you're like, where the heck do I go from there?
Yeah, like it has to be anchored, like somehow, like one of that last songs I played is like what the first line is like. She sounds like the city clinking cocktail glasses. Like that's like an image. Even
That's
if you're
a very
like, I don't know
Elliott
what it
Smith, which is fine, absolutely.
I'm a huge Elliott Smith.
Same. It reminds me of Clementine. Street Sweat, you can tell by the sound of the cars.
Right.
Such a great line, and it immediately gives you like, oh, it's raining, and you're in a bar, and yeah. So, but yeah, that's
the process is like it's just as mysterious as anybody else. Like I played a song tonight that I wrote in a day, and then other stuff takes like years. Like one of the last tracks on NASCAR Noir's record, American Crowbar, is called Receipt Tape, and I started it in like 2015 and didn't finish it till 2018 or 19.
Yeah.
Mainly because I just couldn't get like the music parts where I wanted them to where like lyrics would flow. You know?
No, absolutely. I think that happens with songwriters. Is you have a back catalog of unfinished things, and eventually you get to it.
Yeah, but I know which ones are worth like keeping working on.
Oh yeah.
Like
after you write enough really bad songs, you get to the point, at least for me.
Yeah. Or you'll be like super stoked on something one day. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna write this song, and then you look at it and you're like,
oh no, my favorite is you write the song, you're like, I did it. Tomorrow I wake up and play it. Oh, this is really bad. Never mind, scrap it. You're done. I guess transitioning into, you mentioned American Crowbar. So I heard the Morona release in 2017. That was whenever you were playing a lot of shows with your group, and you had pretty much, it sounded like mostly an acoustic sound, but you had drums and keyboard and stuff like that. American Crowbar is heavier, and it seems to have the guitar tone and the drumming is really darker in a way than the Morona EP. Was there music you listened to that inspired that, or was it just you? What were some influences for the change in tone?
I think the influences were always there. I've always listened to like a lot of different kinds of music, and I think I was like more willing to just like adapt to what you heard in 2017. I was more willing to adapt to the players that I was working with.
Yeah.
And that was just like what worked at the time was me playing acoustic guitar. And we had keys, we had bass, we had a drummer who wasn't like super familiar with the kind of music I listened to.
Yeah.
And we switched drummers and ditched the keyboards, and it was like a 3-piece. And the drummer was a lot more familiar with like the music that I like. And also like getting familiar with the electric guitar. I'm a very new player to electric guitar. It's something I've picked up in the last like 3 years, and didn't really have perfected at the time of like, it's still not perfect, but I wasn't very familiar with it until like last year, feeling like comfortable doing some shredding.
Yeah.
And one of the main criticisms I hear a lot, in like a good way, people giving constructive criticism, is that like I need to push my voice more.
Because I think you mentioned earlier you didn't grow up singing until you're like 18 or 19 or something like that. Like no one ever encouraged me to sing, and so I'm like, I used to be really shy about it. And well, I wasn't always really shy about it, but I would try to bad scream like way back in the day, and it didn't work. No. And I feel like now I've like worked up to it where I can. It's a little bit more in my wheelhouse to do. Yeah. If that makes sense. But people are just like, I want to hear you like press your voice more, and pumping up the guitar tones was part of that. Pumping up the drums was part of that. You know.
What makes it sound more intense?
Yeah.
I think that's what the difference is, because I do like that Morona EP, but I think with the tone on American Crowbar, the songs that you have works well within the tone. Mm-hmm. Like it lends itself to that. Yeah. Because I know you, like just now, you play really intense, and if you saw me earlier, I'm like, yeah. You know, it's just different, ways we play. But that's cool. Like I said, I dig the album a lot, and I think that that came out in February, right?
Yeah.
Is that February? Okay, cool. Yeah. And obviously Cooper worked his magic on.
Most of it was like just purely recording differences. Like most of those songs were written like fairly soft. There were some few ones that like were supposed to be more driving, but it was all just a matter of like applying tone and just to like a special fingerprint of how you want things to sound.
Yeah, no, definitely, I get that. So I think something I would ask many artists if I could is if you had to choose a song that summarizes or represents Nascar Noir, as far as maybe your style or what you want to say as an artist, do you have a song that you could pinpoint as like, this is what I want people to think, or a song that represents you as a whole?
Yeah, I guess the closest I would say that like has enough small parts of like everything I'm about in it is probably the song Receipt Tape on American Crowbar. Just because there's a whole lot going on there. I started writing it when I was in college, and there's just kind of like stuff about being like pissed off about like student loans and like parking tickets and stuff, and just my entire life over the last 5 years is summarized in that. And there's also stuff about like, class politics, which I'm super passionate about and involved in. And I feel like that is all super apparent, and I also feel like that song is like catchy, and there's something for like everybody in it. Like even if you don't pick up on like the class politics stuff, you can be like, man, I hate getting like college parking tickets. Like, absolutely, it's breaking it down like that simple. And I guess that would be my go-to. It's definitely not my most popular song, but it's
what's weird is a lot of times the song that most popular, whatever it is most requested, is not the one you think it should be. Right. That happens all the time. Yeah. But that's cool. I'm glad. I actually wouldn't have guessed. I would have. And it's going to lead me to another question. So my favorite song on the record is Gluten Free Bread Riot. And, when I listen to that song, I think it sounds great. And also just the lyrics, it's very evocative. It's definitely something was going on in Paris. Can you outline, is it like a true story, or can you just outline what happened? I'm just curious about that.
It's kind of like a smashed together timeline of some things that happened when I basically found a way to like study abroad very cheaply in Paris that used some like government money I was already giving here that would apply to like a program over there. So I was able to do it really cheaply and basically just like paid for my plane ticket. Nice. Lived in rural France for like 2 months and got to travel around some, and it's mainly about like a decaying like friendship with somebody who I was friends with over there, but obviously like the longer you know people, like sometimes you click with someone really fast, but then things decay, and like we were just beefing a lot in Paris. Yeah. Like I would like literally check the weather forecast and be like, "Oh, it's 100% rain," and they'd be like, "You're such a pessimist," and I'm like, "It's
this is what it says.
This is the thing he says this," and I don't know. I mean, I don't like to like highlight it a lot, but I have like celiac disease, which is like a food allergy thing that makes like eating like difficult when you don't have your own kitchen and can't cook everything yourself. And so when I was in Paris, I was walking like. We were staying in a place where we were paying for breakfast, but I couldn't eat any of it. Yeah. And I was walking like 4 miles every morning before everybody got up to like go to like a like the only gluten-free bakery in Paris. I don't know, just people that friend wasn't very, like, understanding of that. So that's kind of where the jokey name,
Yeah.
because Paris is also known for their bread riots.
That's interesting. Yeah, because it definitely sounds like an episode of, not an episode, but definitely a debacle that you went through. And you can kind of tell.
I can see, like, an animated episode, like, going along with the song. Like, I always would love to do a music video like that. That would be cool.
Yeah. I guess, one of our last question here. So you mentioned it earlier, you write a zine. I'm sorry, a zine. No, zine. Also named Nascar Noir, which you can find on his Bandcamp. Is there an overlap to the music and also, like, when you're writing your music and you're doing your zine, do those two worlds combine, or is it, what type of headspace do you have to be in to write a zine and then also songwriting? I'm just curious.
Yeah. Sometimes they do overlap, and they definitely, like, feedback into each other in ways that are unexpected. Like I mentioned, the song Receipt Tape a couple times already. That title actually started as, like, it was a short story I wrote for, like, a creative writing class.
Okay.
Like, years and years ago, probably like 2014 or something like that. That was, like, basically this kid who was just, like, really upset that, like, it sounded like whenever anybody opened their mouths, there was just, like, a receipt coming out, and he got into trouble at school and all this shit. But, it kind of fed back in that way, like, that kind of idea came way before the song, and it just kind of clicked. And sometimes I'll have, like, failed songs that are, like, I realize the subject material is way too complicated to get into a song, and that'll feed back into some of the zine writing. Like, I know I had a few, like, weird lines about, like, Lyft and Uber in some songs that I scrapped, and then I ended up doing, like, a serial story that's ongoing that's called, like, Lifted, that's kind of about, like, the gig economy and stuff that I just decided to write out as a short story because it was just too much to try to fit in a song, and I felt like I was sucking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So there's a little bit of a back and forth there. I can't really explain it. But.
Well, I feel like it's because I do songs and stuff, and every now and then I sit down and I want to write something, and I'm so used to writing songs, and I'm like, wait a minute, this can't.
It can be
it could. I mean,
it can be a nice break.
It is different. It does get you in a different, like, way of thinking about the words, because you're writing a story. It's like, oh, I have to explain a lot of things. It's not, whatever lyrics you have that can mean something else. It's just different.
I think my songwriting is very much informed by, like, story writing. I can't say this for sure, but I think I was writing stories before I was writing songs, and try to, like, take that approach. Like, it's really hard for me to write really abstract songs.
Yeah.
It's just not my wheelhouse.
No, and I'm in the same boat sometimes when you want to write something, and I try to approach it more poetically, I guess would be the term, because I want to say something in the least amount of words it takes to say something. But sometimes you need to have that detail in there, and it's about finding that balance, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's been a pleasure, Is there anything you want to plug while you're here? Any specifics?
No, all our stuff's up on Spotify and Apple Music and all that, NASCAR Noir. Also have a website where all the zines are free to read. It's just NASCARnoir.com. There's PDFs on there, and you can buy physical copies if you want to, but all the stuff is free on there. There's stuff like interviews with musicians, with people doing cool projects like winemaking and podcasting and whatnot, and there's I'm proud of it. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome, man. Well, I guess this is where we're going to wrap it up. Adieu. Cooper's going to join us over here. It's been a good night. We've had a really good time. It's been, man, it was really fun playing with you guys.
Yeah.
And I hope maybe we'll try to do something like this again. We'll see what happens, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Stay tuned.
Not right now, but in general.
And it's not too late to donate for the Hurricane Relief
the
Fund.
links.
Or it might be too late.
And you have to midnight, I believe, to buy our shit on Bandcamp. So
yeah,
because it's well, you can still buy it after that, but
it's
the fees
all the
are
proceeds.
waived.
Yeah, no fees for that.
And and I know we talked about splitting half of some of that stuff.
Yeah, 50% of that will go to Hurricane Relief.
Yeah. Anyway, well, guys, have a good night, and you guys be safe, and you guys be safe.
See y'all.
See ya.
Hit that button, dog.
I'm hitting
Smash
it.
that
We got
like.
an ending slide.
Smash.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go.